Hi everyone, this is Kalyan Kumar this side and welcome back to Chemistry Universe. We are doing aldehydes and ketones and we had done the preparation of aldehydes, preparation of ketones, and then we had done the reactions, the properties. And this is part 5. In part 4, we had done the oxidation of aldehydes and ketones. So this is part 5. So in this one, we're going to talk about reduction of aldehydes and ketones. And we'll put both aldehydes and ketones together and check various reduction reactions. So let's get on with the video. So here is the part 5, that is chemical properties reduction. So we will first start by the reaction of aldehydes and ketones with catalytic hydrogenation. So we're going to do it with H2PD, H2PT or H2Ni. And this is the aldehyde we're going to take as an example. And we're going to do the hydrogenation with nickel. So what do you think happens here? Look at the reactant carefully and make sure that you have gone through all the previous videos of the previous lessons, especially alcohols, because it's going to be quite important here. In fact, this is going to be a very pretty short video because most of the reactions we have covered in alcohols. But I'll be talking about them, I'll be naming them at least. And if you don't remember them, then go back and check that particular video in alcohols. And in most of the cases, it'll be in the preparation of alcohols. Now, what do you think will happen to this particular compound with catalytic hydrogenation? What do you think? So pause the video now and make your own product and then play the video back. Now, obviously, as you can see, there is a carbon double bond carbon. It's like an alkene. And you also have an aldehyde. So what do you think will happen to the aldehyde part? Well, aldehydes always become alcohols. And what would alkenes become? They'll become alkane. So you would get this as the product here. Okay, what do you think will happen to this ketone? Well, it doesn't matter whether the double bond is conjugated or non-conjugated, it will still get reduced with catalytic hydrogenation. You're going to get an alcohol, a secondary alcohol, and it will be a saturated alcohol. What do you think will happen here? Now, obviously, H2PD will again reduce the aldehyde and the alkene, but it cannot reduce benzene because for benzene, you need extremely vigorous conditions. So here, instead of reducing benzene, it will reduce everything else and you'll get the product. But if I use those extreme conditions like high temperature and high pressure, what do you think will happen? Well, I think most of you must have got it right. Yes, the aldehyde becomes alcohol, the double bond becomes alkane, and even benzene gets hydrogenated to cyclohexane. It is hydrogenation of benzene. Now, we can also prepare, we can also reduce the aldehydes and ketones by LAH and NaBH4. I think there is some problem here. With LAH, you will not get water. You need a non-polar solvent. So this is not going to be H2O. It's going to be a non-polar solvent. Because we've already done this. This H minus is released quite heavily in LAH. So make sure of that. And we've already discussed this in alcohol. So just go through the properties of alcohols and you'll be able to find this reaction. Then we have the Bouvet-Blanc reduction, which we have also done in alcohols. That was the sodium with alcohol. And then you have the Darzan reduction, which was using NaH. We have also done in alcohols. Please go and check that. We had also done magnesium and alcohol, So in alcohol, if you take alcoholic magnesium and you reduce alcohols, they used to give a pinnacle type of product. So just check that in the case of alcohols. And this, I think, you would find in the preparation of alcohols. By P2H6 and acetic acid. And here you'll find, again, we have done this. And we have done this in alcohols. So we have diborane and acetic acid. You've done Clemenson's reduction. We did it in alkanes, if you remember, the preparation of alkanes. And then we did the Wolff-Kishner reduction, which was again done in alkanes. Then we also did something else in alkanes, and that was the red phosphorus HI, if you remember. All of these things we have already done. Please check up alkanes, and these will be in the preparation of alkanes. We also talked about the Mozingo reaction briefly before. And basically what it does is it forms something like a diether kind of a thing. And since we are talking about Raney-nickel desulfurization, Mozingo reaction is basically Raney-nickel desulfurization. And this is again to convert the aldehyde or ketone into an alkane. So what happens is you have this, and then you use a geminal, you use a vicinal thiol. And the 2H and the O go as water. In the presence of dry HCl, they go as water, and you get this. And if you remember, we had done this something similar in the formation of acetal and hemiacetal. You might have to, sort of look that up. We had done that. Now, once this happens, then if you use Raney-nickel, then, and of course with catalytic hydrogen, you'll find that the two S's go with H, and again you get the thiol. Now I'm going to ask you a different question. Now look at this compound. And let's call this compound A. Now I'm going to show you various reagents with the same compound. And you have to figure out how this compound reacts with each of these reagents. And take your time. After every reagent I give you, pause the video, make the product. Once you're sure that is a product, then play the video back and see what the product is. The first one is coming up right now. This is compound A, and the first reagent is, well, catalytic hydrogenation. So I want you to pause the video now, and once you make the product, then you can play it back. Now, obviously, you can understand catalytic hydrogenation. This double bond will be reduced, this will become alcohol, this will also be reduced, and you'll get something like this. Now you may wonder why I have taken the trouble of making this kind of a compound, and you'll understand, you'll appreciate that once you see all the reagents. Now use A with zinc amalgam HCl, Clemenson's reduction. What do you think will happen? Make the product and then play the video back. So what do you think will happen here? Remember, I'm still talking about A, the same compound, not the product that I formed here. I'm not talking about this one, I'm talking about this one. So again, this A is reacted with zinc amalgam and HCl. So what do you think will be the product? Pause the video, make the product, and then play it back. Well, there is a very good possibility you might have gotten this wrong, because first of all, you probably, convert this into alcohol, right? Into alkane. Yeah, it's Clemenson's reduction, ketone will become alkane, but you have to understand you're using HCl. And HCl reacts with carbon double bond carbon. In alkenes, we did this, remember? Addition of HX. And the pi bond will always go in a direction where the carbocation formed is stable. So this will take the H plus of HCl, and the Cl minus will go and attack here. The same will happen here. So you will get the pi bond shifting here. And then this taking the, H plus, or for that matter, it all depends upon the more stable carbocation. And at the same time, you also have to understand this is an acid sensitive group. Remember when we did Clemenson's reduction, I talked to you about acid sensitive groups in Clemenson's reduction. So whenever you have a OH, alcohols react with HCl. Remember Lucas test? So alcohols will react with HCl. The H will go with OH as water, and the Cl will go and attack there, and you will eventually get this product. So basically what I've done is I've moved the pi bond here, and this takes the H plus, and then the Cl minus attacks here. Now you may wonder, okay, how is this possible? Well, I'm basically assuming it also got reduced perhaps before. But it doesn't really matter. The Cl could go either here or here. It doesn't really matter, because this is not benzene. So there is nothing to make a particular carbocation more stable. So maybe with hyperconjugation, you can check that. But of course, it will also depend upon whether HCl attacks this double bond before or after the Clemenson's reduction. What do you think will happen with this? Wolf Kishner. Pause, make the product, and then play the video. Well, obviously the ketone becomes alkane and nothing happens to the carbon double bond carbon with base. But remember this Cl, it's a base sensitive group. Nucleophilic substitution, there is OH minus in the system. This will substitute the Cl, nucleophilic substitution, SN2 or SN1, and you will get product like this. So that Cl will also become OH. So now you understand why I picked up this particular compound. And then, of course, you can talk about what will happen if I use the same A with red phosphorus and HI. Now, red phosphorus and HI, if you remember, converted aldehydes, ketones, everything with OH. You know, with OH, O, double bond O, everything, it converted that into alkane. And you will eventually get this one. The OH of the cyclohexane ring will also become alkane. Okay. Try this with NaBH4. Pause the video now. Well, you've already done this and pretty simple. NaBH4, if you look at the reactant A, you know, you have to keep looking at A every time you do this. This is A. Now, if you look at A, what will happen here is that NaBH4 will definitely reduce this to alcohol. It does not reduce any carbon double bond carbon. On the other hand, if you remember preparation of alkanes, NaBH4 could reduce secondary alkyl halide into alkane. Just check up with the preparation of alkane and you will understand this. So, what is going to basically happen here is that you're going to get something like this. So, the ketone becomes the alcohol, whereas the Cl will become the alkane. Okay, you're going to check that out. Then try LAH. Pause the video now, make the product, and after that play it back. Well, if you look at the reactant again, let's go back to the reactant. You'll understand that this is an unsaturation which is conjugated with the ketone, and in the beta carbon you have benzene ring. If you remember, LAH reduces this double bond also under this condition. It will not reduce this double bond because this is not a benzene ring. And at the same time, LAH also reduces secondary alkyl halide to alkane. Again, preparation of alkanes. See, this is how every topic is linked to another topic. Okay. So you have to remember all of that. So what happens is with LAH, you're going to get a product which looks like this. As you can see, the ketone became the alcohol. The alpha beta unsaturation where the beta has the phenyl group will become alkane. But the other double bond remains as it is. The Cl goes away, it becomes an alkane, and the OH remains as it is. And that is the end of reduction. So I hope this video helped you in understanding the reduction reactions. And as you can see, there were a lot of references to the earlier topics. Please make sure that you cover the lessons in the order in which I've made them. I've not made them randomly. Each lesson has its own importance at a particular point. So you must ensure that you're able to learn all of that and at the same time remember all of that. The continuity has to be maintained. So make notes while watching the video, and as I always say, take it as a class and make sure that you finish small videos, at least videos up to even 45 minutes in one shot, so that you can really understand, or start the video only at a time when you can spend that much amount of time. So if you have that kind of a dedication, this video will definitely help you. With that, this is Kalyan Kumar signing off. Have a great and wonderful day, and thank you for watching this.